All right, we're live. I should have hit the start button a little earlier because I was sitting here yapping about truck driving, which was something I did in a former life long ago. But it enabled me to go to lots of weird random places that I never would have gone to. It enabled me to see a lot of things that I don't think would ever have occurred to me to go see.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember on the old UFOship.com website. I had a kind of a blog,
I
and I
remember
wrote a.
that. I loved it. Yeah.
You remember the blog
bathrooms and
entry
stuff.
about
Yeah.
Meteor Crater, Arizona, and that stupid Behringer family?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the government goes in and steals this crater from all the Indians in the area, gives it to some white dude who probably paid pennies on the dollar, if even pennies, relative to what it was really worth. He buys it or gets it, has it gifted to him, maybe. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe it was some kind of Homestead Act thing. I don't know if that would be applicable to this situation, but he winds up getting it. This guy's name is Behringer. And when you walk into the middle of this crater, which again is not again, but I will add as a sidebar here, is the best preserved crater in the entire world, on all of planet Earth. This crater is about 50,000 years old, and it killed, I think, everything within like a 3-mile radius whenever this thing crashed into the Earth. Just a tremendous force. I'm going to bring the volume down on this game here.
Yeah. Can you hear my game? I think we have
Yes.
it set. You can.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep mine down then, or maybe
But,
at a
I'll
bare
bring
minimum.
mine down though too. That's what I was going to say.
So you go into this place, and first of all, you can't just walk all the way around the. Well, let me back up a little bit. This Behringer guy, who had this thing handed to him, however it came to him, maybe he paid. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
He decided that there must be some sort of a. Did you put that marker down?
I didn't mean to. I tried to
Okay.
think.
I thought maybe you had some kind of a plan.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing to thank the bus
Oh, hey,
driver.
you think the bus driver. That's great.
Yeah.
So this
I hit the wrong
Behringer
button.
guy concluded that there must be some sort of gigantic iron ore deposit in the center of this crater. So he spent his entire life savings coming up with methods and mechanisms to mine the center of this crater in search of whatever the hell it was he thought was there. The largest chunk of meteorite that was ever found was something on the order of maybe the size of a Ram 1500 engine. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
nothing that you're gonna like suck out of the ground and like change your. Well, I would imagine the monetary value of that
That's-
meteorite is
yeah.
probably pretty high.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what he was thinking. I think he was seeing it more as a mining operation.
he
like-
thought he was going to get gold and other.
Maybe so. Oh shit! Take that, Curtis. I don't want you to die. There's someone here. I'm not gonna steal your gun. So yeah, they're shooting. So when you go there, there are all these plaques on the wall on this walkway, which I'll get into the walkway here in just a second.
I forgot that things could be.
There are all these plaques on the walkway about this Behringer family. And, like, it's got a separate plaque for each member of this family. And, like, Matilda Behringer, I don't mean that literally. It's
Yeah.
probably other people. But,
Well, you know all about Matilda.
there. I gotta kill this guy. I'm out of ammo.
Why am I keep running into people? Oh, that's you.
I took him
Did
down
you
with my knife. Oh, wow. That's great stuff. I don't have any ammo. I'll take his gun, though.
Yeah.
So you're walking down this walkway, and it's like each of these Behringer family members is being commemorated or something. And I can't for the life of me understand why.
Yeah. What was the impetus to?
I have
Honor
no
everyone.
idea. There's no reason whatsoever for that. And you have to pay $15 to walk in and look at this geological wonder. At least this was back in maybe 2006. Well, no, maybe more like 2007, I think.
It's probably $29.99 now.
Oh, it's got to be probably even more than that. Who knows? I'm sure we could go to the Meteor Crater website and look up what it costs to go in and look at this hole in the ground. But anyway, you got to pay to walk in and look at this natural wonder, which I think should be free to the public.
Right.
It should be some kind of a... I don't know. It just seems... it doesn't seem right to me that such a thing should be behind a paywall. The best preserved meteor crater in the entire world should be viewable by anyone who wants to see the effing thing. I think.
Right.
Something of that nature should never have been given to a private citizen, and then in retrospect, when it was determined that was a stupid thing to do, which I think any reasonable person could conclude, it should have been taken back and turned into a national park or something to that effect. Something accessible by the public for free. But you walk into this place, you pay $15, you look at all these plaques for this Behringer family, and then you don't even get to walk around the perimeter of the crater. There's a set area that you are allowed onto by paying the fee that's essentially kind of like a deck built on one small tiny spot on the edge of this crater. The rest of it is otherwise inaccessible to you. It's such a pile of shit. I'm really unimpressed by it. I really was unimpressed by it.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, you're there for a specific reason to see a crater. Yeah, I think there should be nothing there but a road, and I should be able to pull in there. And if I want to see the crater, I should be able to hike my fat ass up the edge of this crater and take a peek. And that should be it. And I should be able to do that from whatever angle I want. I should be able to... And by the way, when you look at this crater, the center of it, it's all chewed up from this Behringer dude down there trying to get stuff out of it.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of weird shit embedded in the base of the crater, like wooden planks and stuff. I don't know what. There's probably some kind of a mine shaft underneath there, and that's like the access point or something.
Yeah, I mean, so like they stripped the thing. I mean, I think I would support in a scenario like that the idea of take-backs.
Oh yeah, that shouldn't be privately owned. I'm sorry.
Let's get closer to the circle.
Oh, I just realized.
Oh, come on. I'm not trying to hit that. I'm trying
Anyway, I had a whole blog entry about that place on the old UFO ship website.
Do you have those old blog posts?
I have the text of them, but I don't have the photos.
Some of those images, though, were great, too, because there's the thing about toilet stalls, right? That you had.
I forgot about that.
There's a bunch of people
I had
down
like
here.
It was like a Michael's bathroom tour.
That was my favorite part.
Of 2006, where I sampled public restrooms around the country and posted my thoughts on them.
Yes.
Are you being shot at?
No, I just shot somebody and injured them.
Where is they?
They is over here with their partner right in front of me. You see one?
Okay, let's go kill these people. I got this shotgun, which
they just healed, didn't they?
Pretty good with. Oh. You want to play like that, do you? All right.
Come on, I shot you from the distance.
I got in his car with him.
You're in there with him?
Yeah.
Nice. What's that?
I'm down.
Oh, okay.
And I'm dead.
Oh, you
Can
are?
you get my reboot card?
Where is it?
It's like, you gotta watch
gosh.
out. He's just gonna mow you down with that car
Yeah.
until you're dead. You just need to get my reboot card and maybe try to get out of it. I think you're about to die.
I think so too.
Oh, come on, Curtis, kill him with that thing. He knows you don't know what you're doing.
Yes. I was done there.
He could tell.
I have no idea how to use that chainsaw.
You know, this, I'm playing on a PS4 for anybody interested, and using an actual PS4 controller wirelessly. And I think you'll find it interesting that I replaced the micro USB port with a USB-C port. Sort of
Oh, yeah.
turns this into a more practical device.
I've wanted to do that with devices before, but I'm not that great at soldering, so I mean I'm getting better, but
I don't think I had to do any soldering.
wait, then how did you do it? Did you use like an adapter?
It's just a daughter board.
Oh, okay.
You snap
All right.
out and snap a new one in. But the
Yeah.
hardest part really is etching out the plastic molding so that you can fit the USB-C port in there. It's a little larger than a micro USB port.
I wonder if there's a 3D print you can do with that.
So before the show, we were just talking about my truck driving adventures back in the day, and I had no family, I had no wife, no kids. I could just do what I wanted and go wherever I wanted, and I sure took advantage of it.
So, like, is your DNA in the National Registry? Because as a truck driver, did you happen to go around committing crimes? Or did you ever
Minimal
talk
numbers of them.
Did you?
And only in the lowly populated truck stops. I didn't
Yeah.
do it at any of the name brand truck stops. I only went to the mom and pop truck stops
Right,
for my
okay.
my criming.
Mm-hmm.
I did that all at the truck stops you've never heard of.
What about like bumping into somebody at a truck stop that you could just tell was like a psychopath? Did you ever meet somebody that made you just think, man, I want to get away from them, as not just because they were annoying, but because they gave you a vibe?
I don't
hate the
really
word,
recall that. No, sorry for the yawn. I know that's not really
That's actually
proper
what we're all
etiquette
here
on a
for,
live
so it's
stream,
fine.
but I'm a real human being, okay,
Yeah.
with physiology.
Wait, you're telling me you're not AI generated?
Yeah. Guess what? I get tired. What do you want?
And that's why they'll take our jobs.
No, I have no specific recollections of anything like that. When I think of truck stops, some of the more potent memories, forgive my use of the term, are of lot lizards attempting
where I thought
to
you'd
get
go,
me
okay.
to use their services. And I never once saw an attractive one. Never once. They all look terrible. I mean,
But
they
you
all
still
look-
use the services, is what you're telling me.
Well, I mean, look, a man's alone. He's got to
You
do
have
what he's got to
needs.
do.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I have needs. But I never once saw an attractive one ever. I'm not saying I'm something fantastic to look at, but I'm not walking around offering to have sex with people for money either. When I
I've
do
never-
that, then you can critique my looks as if I'm saying something about myself.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably never in my life be in a situation where I'll need to know what that's like. But I just can't imagine. I mean, other than like having many years ago been in strip clubs, but that's still a controlled environment to a certain level. But I just can't imagine how the transaction happens, you know? Like, is it cash only, or I need to
I'm
know
sorry,
details.
I was busy
Yeah.
killing this guy. I heard your question, though, and I assume they didn't take
card.
Square or Zelle or anything of that sort. I would imagine back in those days, like 2003-ish to 2005 or 6-ish. I don't think any of those services even existed. So yeah, I would assume it to have been an entirely cash enterprise. But I just found it odd that I never once saw an attractive lot lizard. I will tell you this. I really minimized my exposure to them by simply, this was an over-the-road truck driving thing that I was doing. So I drove like a legit big rig with a sleeper, and you're pulling a 53-foot trailer. And so at night when you're sleeping, you've got this curtain that you pull closed as you're sleeping in the sleeper in the back of the truck. Well, I learned very quickly when you're back there and someone knocks on one of the front doors, Curtis, come over here to this big tank. I'm going to bust this thing up.
Oh, I was just getting some things from this.
No, come over here. We need to get this shield. Just come over here real quick. Okay, now.
Okay.
I learned really quickly, you just simply don't open the curtain and go up to the front to see who it is and what they want. It is not something good. It is never going to be something good. It's only and always something bad. You just don't do it. And that really, I think, minimized my interactions with those people, having that policy.
I mean, now I'm getting myself into a situation where I have more questions.
The last time I was propositioned by a prostitute in a truck, it was a transsexual. It was a black man dressed as a woman. He was actually a pretty good-looking woman for a man.
Well,
he was like, "Would you ever go out with someone who used to be a man?" I said, "Well, I'm going to have to say probably not on that, but you look great."
Yeah, so my question, though, is, like, do you do that in the back of your cab? Is that where the transaction plays out, or do you go to a motel?
I'm sure that is, yeah. I mean, where else?
Yeah.
I can't imagine where else they would do it.
Well, I mean, I'm just, like, wondering, like, the truck stops. I know they have the shower system, but do they also have...
Yeah, you could, I don't see anything that would stop you from meeting a lot lizard in the parking lot and then saying, okay, well, let's go into the showers. I don't see what would stop you.
Yeah, that's so wild. I mean, like, I remember in a past life when I first, like, interacted with a truck stop for the technology in it, for their point-of-sale systems, and I had
I interact with truck stops just for their technology.
Yeah, I know. I seek them out just for that. But, like, I had no idea what all were in those places, because, like, the only time I've ever stopped at a truck stop is to get gas, and that's the only gas station. So you might go into the convenience area, and you said green is better than blue, right?
No, blue's better than green. Okay. We're being fired.
Someone's shooting at me. Where's that person? But
let's go over here and kill these people.
Then I realize, how much. They have, like, the showers, the food areas, all that stuff. Like, I just had no idea. And then it blew my mind. And then I learned about lot lizards, which I'd never heard of before either.
Yeah, and to be clear for the listening audience, a lot lizard is literally just a prostitute who frequents truck stops, which I would say if you are a prostitute, you've already had a rough go of it.
Right.
Things are already not going well. But to then, in addition, decide my place of business, the locale through which I will sell my wares, will be truck stops. For that to be where you land as the marketplace, I mean, that it just seems like the lowest.
That's just probably part of what you're saying. You've
decided to go have sex with a bunch of fat, stinky, unbathed, just socially unexposed truck drivers. And yes, truck drivers have very poor social acumen, particularly those who started driving at a really young age, and so they spent essentially their whole life in a box.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to. I mean, it really, you can tell it really affects some of them.
Well, that's what makes me think, like you're somewhat self-selecting too in terms of the positions you could be in, or the prime real estate you would go to sell your wares or whatever. That
Sell
you
your
weren't
wares or whatever.
I don't know the right thing to say. I don't know the nomenclature.
Curtis, you
man.
are so innocent. Curtis is such an innocent man. I can't even believe you've had children.
Have
you're
I?
so innocent. I
mean-
can't believe you've actually had sex in order to produce. It seems like it's too beneath you.
Listen, man, my wife told me it was all above board. She went on that girls' trip and came back and said that I deserved to have a child in 9 months. And I believe her.
And it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are you?
I just dropped down from that tower. I just turned into it. But what I was going to mention was, like, again, the total lack of, like, detailed knowledge in what I'm talking about here. But I'm assuming you don't go out and, I want to say Liz for lizarding. Lot lizarding, but
listen, guys. When I I do it at TA Centers of America.
I'm just assuming
That's
there's
right.
terminology, right? There's something.
No,
that,
I don't think so.
There's jargon. Okay,
I
so
would think
anyway,
that most encounters happen because one of these lot lizards knocked on the door of a truck, and the guy inside said, "Hey, how you doing, honey?"
Yeah, but that girl or that person, I guess. Let's to be more open about it. That person who knocks on your window, I'm assuming there's two states that get them there. One is a drug addiction that, this is just the fastest method to get money to support that addiction. And then the other one is a pimp or some person who has a franchise of this. And that's what I was kind of getting at.
Some people open a Chick-fil-A. Some people pimp hoes in truck stops.
Right.
Look, we all make our way in this world some way or another.
Yeah, I mean,
If
you
we wanna
could
get all
judge, or
judgy-
you could just...
Where are you, Curtis? I'm trying to get to you, but I can't.
Yeah, someone just shot at me while I'm up on my tower.
Oh, there you are.
I'm not happy about this.
Well, they're about to get
Where are they?
right here.
But I'm assuming you've got like a stable, right, of people that you're going to bring there to make them go knock on those doors or those cabs. Oh gosh, I'm bringing them to you. And in that, you as the pimp gets to decide who's going where, and so you put the ones who are the poorest performers at the lot or at the
Curtis, I
truck
think,
stop.
I mean, you missed your calling in this world. You sound like you would have a very strategic approach to pimping. I don't know that.
You think I could pull this off?
I think that you should be heard in the world of pimping.
I believe in second acts. Let's just say that.
I'm going to bring up the... There we go. I brought up the chat room. I don't even know if we have any viewers.
We don't right now. But they don't know what they're missing, though. That's the problem.
Well, I think some people watch it after the fact anyway.
Yeah.
All 20 of them. I think our videos, what do they average, like 20 views?
Yeah. What is this?
What's what?
Where are all these people? Or all the bots?
Yeah, I'm yawning again. I don't care. I had a long
What's that
day.
thing? I hear ya. Long night, too. Last night, late, I was replacing Azure VM for a web service. Late into the night.
Something I also
Why'd I
wanted to
do that?
throw in during the broadcast here. The stream, the broadcast, whatever
Yeah,
you
it's a
would
broadcast.
like to call this. I guess we could call this a broadcast. Storm's coming.
Okay, I guess I'll go back around towards it.
So I have a Samsung TV. I really like Samsung TVs. I mean, they just have such great displays. I think you can do well with an LG as well.
I'm a Sony person, but I
Oh,
have
are you?
a Samsung TV too, but my main TV is Sony.
Well, anyway, I've got a Samsung TV, and it's an 85 inches, just beautiful. It's like really being at the theater. I mean, it's. I don't want to leave my house. I really don't.
Except you don't have to deal with the person beside you eating a taco or.
Well, it's the good aspects of being at a theater with none of the negatives. The
Seriously,
sticky furniture, people who don't shut up, people who make comments during the movie as if they're witty and interesting.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever heard someone make a comment in a theater and the people around the person who made the comment actually laughed was me. When I was a kid, I was probably 9 years old, maybe 8, 9, probably more like 9 or 10. And my older sister, who is 6 years older than I am, took me to see Faces of Death at the movie theater. Now, I had no idea what this was before we went there. And then when I got there, I was told what it was. And it started playing, and this old man starts talking about death. And I just said, before he started speaking, he came up, and I said, "I'm Dr. Jack Kevorkian."
Do young people know who Kevorkian is?
Well, I mean,
he needs
apparently,
a TikTok channel.
I mean, I might have been a weird kid.
No, I mean, like now. I mean, yeah, back then he would have been spot on. Yeah.
But now there's no way any young person would know who Jack Kevorkian is. It's just not possible.
That's funny though. I think I've nothing has been like bust the whole theater up laughing, but make my section laugh. I've pulled those off before.
Curtis, I need you.
Okay. That's the
I'm
magic
dead.
words I've been looking for.
I'm so dead.
Can I figure out how to spray some of this? Oh gosh,
you need to switch weapons.
My controller, like I hit the wrong button.
Whenever
in the inventory.
I found that you will do much better in this game when you realize mid-battle that the thing to do is not to reload, it's to switch weapons. And you want to order your weapons in such a way that when you do toggle to the next one, you know what you're toggling to without having to look. And
yeah, coach.
And it's something effective.
Yeah. I mean, I went in there with like this huge weapon.
Well, that probably wasn't the right weapon for the moment.
It wasn't for close up. I still play this the way I play Call of Duty.
If my aim had been better, we wouldn't have had a problem here just now.
Well, you had 4 people swarm you. I don't understand that either. How were there 4 people?
What was I talking about?
You were talking about your home
TV.
theater experience, or home theater, theater at home. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
So I have a Samsung TV, and I just a couple of days ago I bought a sound bar, and I bought a Samsung sound bar because I wanted the interoperability. I want to be totally into their ecosystem. I have a Samsung phone. I have the S25 Ultra. I've got their TV. I have their sound bar. I want everything to talk to one another. And so the sound bar comes with a SPDIF cable, an optical audio cable. And
I still use those.
So I go back behind my TV, which was a colossal pain in the ass. It is not easy to get behind an 85-inch flat screen display. It's not something that usually is in a position to just be lackadaisically accessed from behind. I've said those words a few times. And so I do all the work I need to do in order to get behind this thing, and I'm looking for the SPDIF output. I'm looking for the optical digital audio output, and it doesn't have one. Great. So you mean to tell me Samsung puts out... and by the way, I just bought this TV like 3 months ago.
They
so this
want you
is
to
not
use the
something
eARC.
from the 90s. What?
They want you to use eARC.
Well, that's exactly what they want. But why are they including a SPDIF cable with the
Because
soundbar?
older TVs don't have it.
When my TV doesn't have it. My
Well,
Samsung
that's the thing,
TV,
is
my
your TV
new Samsung
TV
TV
has
does not
ER.
have it.
So your TV didn't need it. It was the older TVs that don't have any kind of art on it. Because I kind of went through this too. Like, what bugs me, and I don't have like definitive proof on what I'm about to say, but I'm pretty confident that some form of it's going to be right. But when you use ARC, whether it's that eARC or the older just original ARC, and or you use the Bluetooth connection, there's some level of like self-syncing and delay that it does that is giving you a slightly inferior product compared to using an optical digital cable. So I always prefer to go to something like that instead of...
Well, it pisses me off the implication of including that cable.
Take that chainsaw if you want it.
Yeah, I do. The implication of including that optical cable with my soundbar from Samsung, that implies that a Samsung TV, a modern Samsung TV, has that output. That's what that implies. Yeah. But no,
Yeah.
So we'll see how this experience goes, but already we're off to a bad start. You include a SPDIF cable and I can't even use it with my Samsung soundbar connected to my Samsung TV, a new TV, and it doesn't work. It's not possible. And I mean, I was looking all over the rear end of this TV for this SPDIF output, and finally, I thought I must be overlooking it. There's no way with a new TV. There's no
I would
way.
be surprised for a new TV
If they're
to have
including
one.
that cable with this soundbar, that implies that a modern Samsung TV has a SPDIF output. That's in my brain what that implies. So I went nuts looking for this thing. I finally got to the point where I got on Grok to ask, does my model number of TV have a SPDIF output? I thought that maybe I'm just overlooking it. No, it doesn't. Okay, so let me go dig out an HDMI cable. And all I've done is listen to music on this. I haven't watched a movie, so I have no idea if the audio and video are even synced up or not. If I'm going to go in there and adjust
it's
the
going to be
latency
synced,
on
but
that.
I think it's doing tricks to make it synced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so something gets delayed, to make that connection and the syncing happen. Because I notice it because I use a projector a lot. I've got oh man, I got stuck under that. I have a projector and a 110-inch screen for it, and I notice that issue sometimes with it, and I switch to
Here, Curtis.
optical cable.
Take that first. Take that.
Oh, okay. Oops. How about I don't destroy the ground under us?
Okay, now let's do this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to let you get that first. Okay, let's do this. Do you want this gun?
Sure. Yeah. That's better than...
Now, remember, arrange your guns in such a way that...
How do I arrange weapons, though,
Okay,
I guess?
press up on the direction pad,
Okay.
and then select the weapon, and then the X button to move it, and then X again to drop it in the new slot.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah, I just never thought...
Yeah, if it really makes a difference in your gameplay and your winnability doing that.
Blue is better than green, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make
And
sure I ordered them like
purple
that.
is better than blue.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's your point of view, man.
I wonder what happens if I just go down this waterfall. Let's see. I guess not a whole lot. I'm just in a new place. You want to come down here, Curtis? There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, just a second. I want to snarf my Scooby snacks.
Do you want a chainsaw?
No. Wait, where are you? Are you down the waterfall, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. This caused me problems not long ago. Oh, I see it now. What's the pumpkin chunker?
I don't know. That just looks so gimmicky. I don't ever even try it.
I just grabbed it. What's that thing with
Shoot it. See what it does. I don't even know if it's like an actual... Is it a weapon? Okay.
It had a big boom.
Yeah, it... I mean, it did some stuff.
Oh,
So we'll
what's
see
that?
how it goes with my sound bar and my TV. I tried as long as I could to go with just the sound out of the TVs,
Oh.
the speakers.
They've given up on making those sound good.
Yeah, just eventually you've had enough.
Is there someone coming near us if I hear a footstep?
You want to come back up here? I think I'm going to hire a bot.
I needed to carve some pumpkins first.
Okay, I've hired a bot. So if you see a third person, don't kill them. That's my bot.
Okay.
Where are you at? Oh, there you are.
I'm still where... Oh, see. I can come to you. See ya. Your bot's running backwards. Do you see it?
No. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Glad they've
I'm
got
gonna
the,
be between you and the bot.
I'm glad they've got the logic. It's movement logic
Yeah.
worked out to such an extent.
I'm telling you, man. AI is gonna take over
Oh,
the
I don't
world.
want that shitty gun. Do you have any shield?
I have 100, like, shield to, like, share with you.
No. Do you want to take these?
I've got shield and I've got Scooby snacks that
Oh,
give
that's even
shield
better.
too. So
Okay.
check. I was watching, I think it was a YouTube video of someone from their home security camera showing that a bunch of guys, did we talk about this already? Like armed guys came into their house while they weren't home and like tried to clear it and were looking for somebody that they clearly didn't find. Have we talked about this?
No.
Okay. So the video, I mean, it's obviously super creepy to find out someone breaks into your house, they bust the front door in and then search through everything. But the part that was really weird about it is in the comments, a person talked about like the technique these people use to come in and try to clear it. To me, it looked like every movie or TV show I've seen where you have, oh, there's somebody coming down the hill down there. Oh, kind of all around.
Let's go kill those people.
Yeah. I thought that blade of grass was, but anyway, as they described that, someone said that these people have no idea what the actual military experience is for clearing a room, and they would get themselves killed if they did that. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What they did looked perfectly normal to me. So, like, what is the secret way that you would do something like that? That did the bot get them? No. Oh man, I don't even know what killed me.
I don't feel like we are playing very well tonight.
No, I don't think so. But like, do you have any idea? Is there like I'm going to use Breaking Bad as an example. Like Breaking Bad, if you watch it, you're not going to learn how to make meth because what they're teaching you in it is not the real process. Is there like a fictionalized version of soldiers going and clearing a space or like a urban area that is completely divorced from the truth of how a group of military operators would work, and that we've been taught this really dumb way so that if they ever did have to go toe to toe with a person who's watched a bunch of military media, they would just get crushed. What's your take on that?
Well, I think there are enough people who've just simply been in the military to render any kind of a skills suppression effort null and void. I mean, if there were a collection of people about whom the government actually needed to be concerned, those people would undoubtedly and invariably have military veterans among their ranks.
Yeah.
And so those people, their skills would be applied. I mean, there would be no difference in the skill level, I don't think, between the people who actually know how to raid a situation correctly and the other group that's not part of the government.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm assuming...
Is that what you're asking?
Well, I guess more what I'm assuming is, let's just, without going into any of the like politics that get to it, but let's say there's a civil war, and if there is a civil war, it's going to break up into multiple blocks. It's not going to be a North versus South kind of civil war in my example. You're going to see regional pockets that have National Guards and military bases on them that are going to adopt, tactics that match the tools they have. And they're going to go through and do sweeps of areas. And you're going to have people form militias who've only ever watched movies and seen TV shows that think they're going to be able to fight against them. Or even the veterans that you're talking about too, that have the experience. And my question is, are we so uninformed, because I've never served and never done any kind of training like that. Are we so unprepared for what the actual tactic would be to, sweep a room and...
Is who unprepared?
Me. Like, let's say I get pulled into the Indiana militia and I'm going to guard a territory.
So you think you would be conscripted?
Well, no, I don't even know. I'm not even trying to get into that specific. I'm more... I'm using this as a construct to get to the conversation of is everything that the media has ever taught us about how military operators work and their actions, is there a chance that it's been designed to purposely be red herrings so that we'll lose, like in every way, like that you're so woefully unprepared?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is that if that is a legitimate effort on the part of the media and how it presents these things, it doesn't matter anyway. Because if there ever is a problem with militias going up against the government, those militias are going to be led by former military people. And those former military people are going to know how to train. They're going to know who to train.
Sorry, did you want that?
No, I've already got one.
Okay.
They're gonna know how to train, who to train, and I don't think it's going to matter that the media had some sort of an effort to mislead people as to how.
So that's why I asked the
employed.
question. That you've presented something that makes sense. But let's say like gang activity. Like, do you think people who are heavily involved in like more than just your local neighborhood gang, and I'll get to them next, I guess. Are they drilling and understand the tactics and probably have some military training? I need some weapons.
I don't have anything. I've got nothing. Here's a weapon. Probably crap. Yeah.
I'll take a porta bunker for now. There's a lot of fighting happening over there.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I got a chainsaw. If you want a chainsaw.
Yeah, I'll take it.
How do I drop? Is it X?
It's square.
What's square? Is that top?
Or that would be X. I think that would be X on an Xbox.
Sorry,
square
which one?
On a PS, on a PlayStation.
Which, in the north, south, east, west, which one is it?
West.
All right, that's not it for me. I don't know how to drop this thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Let me fire up my chainsaw, man. Oh, sniping in the tree. I'm gonna go cut the tree down.
You just decided to commit to keeping the chainsaw?
I don't know how to get rid of it.
There's a legend that tells you what button does what.
Ugh. Why can't I find it then?
That's okay. This game has been so just chock full of chainsaws that I'm sure I'm going to come across one.
How about I dance instead?
That'll seal the victory.
The dance.
I
What's that alarm?
I need some better weapons. These aren't really the types of weapon. I usually prefer a shotgun. I'd rather kill people up close than from afar.
I'm a sniper, preferably.
I'm definitely going to take this.
Oops. I should not have fallen there like that. Hey, we have someone in the chat. Mike TV Greco 1 says,
"Oh, hey, Mike.
Van.
You doing all right?"
We still need to get an easy way for people to call in that doesn't require connecting to Restream, which I'm okay with too, but
well, I for the Radio Trainwreck stream, which yes, I know I need to get the website done.
Give us the update on that too, but go ahead. What were you going to say first?
So I've got the old 573. What was the?
Oh man,
Was it 4948? Was that the?
That sounds potentially right.
Anyway, I've still got the same phone number that I've had for any streaming I've done online since 2006.
Nice. Now, have you paid to keep it up, or did you get it back?
Yeah, I pay like I don't know, $2 a month to park the phone number. I use something called Number Barn.
Here, come over here. I'm going to try to swap my. There. Now take it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I need to decide what I want to use for VoIP, and I think it's going to be Zoom. They appear to have a really good VoIP solution when it comes to using it for broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Just within the regular Zoom app, you just
really?
I forget what they call it, but you can port a phone number to it, and it looks to me like it would work great
Cool.
for receiving traditional phone calls, which is primarily what I want. I really never liked this idea of people calling into a show and sounding like they're on a high-res. Like, I feel like a caller needs to sound like they're on a phone.
Oh, absolutely. That's
okay.
That's the biggest problem I had with Art's comeback.
It just and I'm not even saying I'm right about that. I'm just saying for me, that's what I need to hear.
Yeah.
A caller needs to sound like they're talking on a telephone. Period. I don't want to hear a caller calling in on their Neumann U87 AI.
Sound better than you.
Not even about that. I mean,
No.
Like,
I know, but I'm just saying if they sound like the calls coming from inside the house, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, yes, that's kind of it. There needs to sound like there's a separation.
yeah,
Between the host and who's calling in. They don't need to sound like they're sitting at the same table together. That just doesn't sit well with me.
mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this because I believe that I'm right about this. I'm saying this because it's what I'm used to. It's just what I'm used to. And maybe I'm wrong to think this, but it's what I think.
Right.
When a broadcast is taking calls, they need to sound like they're calling in on a phone. So I have no intention at all of taking anything other than just traditional phone calls. I mean, if you want to call in, you'll just have to dial a phone number from a phone or from some sort of VoIP service, whatever. But you're going to be dialing a phone number.
Whatever
and you're going to
pick,
sound like you're on a telephone when you call in.
There's someone behind us here.
Where are they? And yes, I feel like that was a terrible mistake. Here's someone else. All that ammo I had to use on that guy, he better give me some.
Right. I was trying to help you a bit. Also, not get myself killed super quick.
Make sure your guns are reloaded.
Okay, well I have a gun with no ammo right now.
Do you need ammo?
I'm good now. I just took what you dropped.
Okay. And there's also a level of simplicity. If you're going to do a live stream and you're going to take calls, it's just simple.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, here's a phone number. I don't need to tell you what service to use. I don't need to tell you what to click. I mean, you don't need to sound high fidelity.
Right.
Like the content of your words is what actually is going to matter. That's all that's going to matter.
That's part of what I feel like we've kind of gotten ourselves back to, and also being comfortable to just go ahead and do these live streams playing the game or playing a game instead of making sure we have topics and everything set up. Like, just hang out. And then, like, what you're going to be doing, like, people are listening to hear your opinion. You talk about stuff, they might call in and take you a direction.
Why wouldn't
ask
you
you
listen
questions.
to my opinion?
Well, I'll listen. But yeah, you don't need to be.
I guess
you don't need all
to
the production to get to that.
No, you really don't.
And like in the world now, like I'm getting ready actually to give away a bunch of my old analog stuff to a friend, just because I'm like, I'm never gonna go back to like analog stuff.
Like what?
Like,
interfaces?
Well, like an interface and cables. Like I have so many 1/4-inch patch cables back when I was trying to use an audio board, you know, to do what we're doing. And I'm never going to do that again.
You know, I have a Behringer board that I'm never going to use again for anything, ever.
Is this like a digital or like an analog?
Analog.
Like the one you used back in the
1000%
day?
analog.
Yeah.
And I think the pots are scratchy, and which happened to me with every Behringer board I ever owned. Eventually, the pots get all. Hey, let's go. Let's ride these cables across.
Don't we? Okay. Well, that's going to take us back to the storm, isn't it?
No.
Okay. How did you get up there?
Jump and then
okay.
press the jump button repeatedly.
All right. Got it. Thank you.
You're not going to believe this, Curtis. I jumped.
No way. No way, man. No way.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's see where this leads. It looks like it's a nice long trip.
Oh,
actually.
hey, how about I don't make it and I hurt myself?
You died?
I didn't make it.
Curtis. And now
I
the
jumped.
or at least you're inside the
Yeah.
storm circle.
I'll stop. I'm right under you.
What was I talking about? I got distracted by
your analog
death.
mixer that.
Yeah, I'm never going to use it again. I'd like to find some way to give it to anyone listening who wants a mixer that they don't mind having to clean the pots of. It's going to need a little cleaning, a little tender loving care. I do believe. Okay, let's ride this cable up. We're going to have to walk into the storm a little bit, but just ride this up and hop on these cables up here.
I'm going to die.
Okay, now come over here and I'll give you, do you need any health or anything?
Yeah, I'm at 23.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to use this. There you go.
Oh, those will give me health too?
Oh, yeah. They'll do all the above.
Scooby snacks.
They also make you run faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you get healed up all the way? Okay. Let's.
Yeah, here, I'll give them back to you.
Just hold them. If I need them, I'll get. Okay.
Well, I want that weapon back.
Oh, okay.
Because you
right,
know,
let's
for
take this
me,
cable.
I'm like
The storm's coming. Let's take this cable.
I'm like a one shot. Like once we get into the battle, I'm not going to stop to heal. This was a good idea. You know, we've been making it into the top 15 multiple times here.
Have we?
Yeah. We
I
just
didn't
haven't
look.
been
I
able to
just was
convert
in such disgust that we.
it. All right,
didn't
there's people
win
all
the
around
round.
here.
Okay, here's someone. Let's go kill this guy.
I'm already shooting him.
Where's his partner?
Where are you? Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, man.
We placed 5.
Well, we'll take it. You want to do one more?
Yeah, that'll work. You know, I think I bought an e-bike.
I've almost bought one of those once, or my wife wanted one. I didn't know if I was ready for that yet. What brand? Or like
Electric,
what price range?
Lectric.
Okay.
No E at the beginning, just electric, which kind of annoys me. I get when people ask me what the brand is, I get annoyed when I have to say that.
Yeah.
Because it puts me in a position of having to specify that it's just electric. I have to like really enunciate clearly. Like if I really want them to go check it out, I can't just say electric because people will think I said electric.
Right.
And then they'll go Google search electric e-bike. And it'll It's a terrible brand name.
Yeah.
It's a terrible. Whoever thought of that didn't have any concept of SEO or how it is that information is parsed out on the interwebs.
Where did you buy it? Did you buy it on Amazon?
No, I bought it directly from the company that
Okay.
makes it.
All right, so then
1300. It's got it's a 750 watt motor. You can do with pedal assist. You can do 30 miles an hour. You can do 20 miles an hour with throttle only. Although there is a way you can trick it. By the way, it's the Electric XP4 is the model. You can trick it though, and if you go into the settings and you dig down into the menus, and you tell it that you have a 5-inch wheel, it will it'll do 30 miles an hour on the throttle alone without pedal assist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love how you can hack your bike.
And, you know, they knew what they were doing. There's probably some kind of federal regulation as it relates to these that requires them to keep it 20 or below. With there's got to be some government reason here that this thing doesn't just allow me to do 30 with throttle alone. But I think the company knew exactly what they were doing by putting that in the settings. They knew they were giving people what some of them would want, which is to do 30 miles an hour, throttle only.
That might be like a tariff regulation too. Like it's cheaper if your vehicle doesn't.
It could be, yeah. Who knows? Things are weird. Laws and economics are weird.
Yeah.
You know, they affect one another in ways that you can't really see or predict. So yes, who knows? But the reason I thought about it, you said you want to play one more game, and I thought, sure, you know what? I think I'm gonna walk into the next room after this and grab my daughter and see if she wants to go ride bikes around the hood.
Nice.
You know, the thing is, I can't take both of them because my oldest daughter messed her ankle up the other day.
Oh, really?
I had to take her to the doctor, and she had to get some retarded-looking boot on her leg.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so she can't exactly go with this. But it's a lot of fun, and
cool.
I highly recommend it. I mean, if you've never been on an e-bike, you'll really be amazed by the sense of power that it gives you. I mean, you don't realize until you're on one of these things. I mean, it makes you feel like you have superpowers or something in terms of...
Yeah, I've never been on one, but I've been interested. Oh man, I'm out of ammo.
It's a really weird sensation. The first time you use
do you
the
wear a
pedal
helmet
assist.
or not with it?
Huh?
Do you wear like a helmet with it?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's such a gross sound, listening to drinking a shield thing.
You know, it is a little intimate, isn't it?
It is. Where did you go? Oh, never mind. I see. I need some weapons that...
Where are you? Someone is stalking me here. Oh, there they are.
Okay, I see you. I do not see them. How do I get down to you?
No, I don't wear a helmet. I don't feel like I really ride in circumstances where I need one.
Yeah,
I'm sure I would be more safe with one than without one. I'm
right.
not debating that, but I feel like things like that. I don't know. I just don't want to wear a helmet. It's the only time I've ever worn a helmet is when riding a motorcycle. But otherwise, I don't wear a helmet.
Yeah, I haven't ridden a motorcycle in a long time either.
Yeah, I really don't understand people who will do 70 on an interstate highway on a motorcycle and not wear a helmet.
Yeah.
And not wear some protective clothing. I can't understand that. It's just such a death wish. I used to ride a motorcycle quite a bit. I had a weird motorcycle. It was from a company called Lifan, Lifan. It's a Chinese manufacturer. This must be one of the first. I bought this thing back in maybe 2004, 2005. Probably more like 2005 I bought this. It was the LF250. It was a 250cc motorcycle that it was kind of like a miniature hog almost.
Really?
That type of bike, but it was like a miniature one.
That's interesting.
But it was big enough that a grown-ass man could do 70 on the interstate on this thing. And I tell you what, I had too many close calls, none of which were my fault.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
yeah, I mean, like
close calls, nevertheless. And I reached a point where I
just
decided I would rather live. This is not worth dying over.
Yeah, I mean that margin of error is just too much. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
I mean, it's a mathematical certainty that if you ride a motorcycle long enough, you will sustain some form of serious injury in some kind of event. It has to happen to you because it'll occur in some way you couldn't have foreseen. It'll be a deer running out in the middle of the road in front of you, 10 feet in front of you where there's no hope of slowing down or stopping. It'll be someone failing to yield when you're turning left at a... it'll be someone running a light, actually.
Yeah.
When you're turning left. That was the last event that occurred that made me say, you know what? I'm going to die if I keep doing this. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to not do this any longer. And I was taking a left turn at an intersection at a stoplight, and an oncoming car in the opposite lane just ran right through the light. And I mean, it was just
there is no
inches that stopped me from being T-boned.
That freaks me out. You just reminded me. Have you seen the story about the new stoplight proposal?
No.
So I'm gonna get the details wrong, but I'm gonna give you just this is the gist where the
You're
colors
like,
might be.
I'm about to give you incorrect information, but I will give it anyway.
This
Here it
is
comes.
yeah, it is misinformation. It's not malinformation, that's for sure. There's no intent behind it. But basically, it's either a proposal or an actual standard being created. I'm not sure. That's where, the first part where things are fuzzy for me. But anyway, there's some people driving cars up here. Is there any way we can hurt them?
Not really. Your
Okay.
best bet is just to
Let them go.
crouch down and let them leave.
That's funny. It's like never mind.
You
So anyway,
can shoot their vehicle, but I mean,
yeah, they'll
it
just
takes
see
a
us
lot
there.
of ammo to do that. I don't really feel like I have a lot of ammo.
Yeah. So this new thing is that they want to add another color light to stoplights. And basically, like, let's say it's going to be a white light that sits under green. And the idea is that when there are AI assisted or fully autonomous cars at that stoplight, then the light will be lit up. And that means that you are expected to follow the vehicle in front of you fully. You mimic all of their moves because it's probably an AI vehicle and everything will be smoother as a result of it. Like, so basically you trust its decisions. You go when it says to our left, there you see, yep. I like this gun.
Come on, Curtis.
Oh man, I was using your thing too. I just wasn't jumping. But what do you think about the idea that there will be a light that lights up that tells you have AI driven vehicles in the intersection, so you are expected to follow the exact moves of the vehicle in front of you.
Expected to?
Yeah, you have to. That'll be the rule.
Well, that's just going to be too much of an. That's going to be too much of an overhauling of how people drive.
right.
That will not work.
Yeah, I guess it's a. Let me see. I want to see if I can find this really quick. I want to get better.
The inertia of what people can handle in driving and what the rules are, that can't stop. That's too much of a major change. The only change there's going to be is the change from people predominantly controlling vehicles on the road to people no longer controlling vehicles on the road. But that kind of a change, that's a rule change. That's a major rule change. And a lot of people are going to not understand it. A lot of people are going to refuse to follow it. It's going to be difficult to enforce. And the chaos it causes, I would imagine, I don't know. That seems to me like the chaos it would cause would probably outweigh any benefit that could be extracted from it, I would think. I mean, if they want to
Yeah.
focus on something, they need to focus on unifying roads, standardizing roads in this country so that it's easier for autonomous vehicles to navigate them, and they need to standardize the system by which autonomous vehicles navigate on the road. Every autonomous vehicle needs to be using the same software, and they all need to be connected to one another. There should be no proprietary software in autonomous vehicles. I won't say but a Ford autonomous vehicle needs to know that a Tesla is coming around the corner when it can't even see it, because the two of them are already talking to one another over the network.
Yeah, well, what about the idea too that they use different sensor technologies? There needs to be a standard around that too. Like, I don't want to know that my car has LiDAR, but the other one beside me just has
Yeah, I agree.
webcams.
Yeah.
So this is the AI overview of Gemini for this. A new AI-assisted white light has been proposed for traffic signals to help autonomous vehicles manage traffic flow more efficiently. During this white phase, human drivers would be instructed to simply follow the AI-guided vehicles in front of them. This proposal, developed by researchers at North Carolina State University, aims to address the challenges of integrating both human-operated and autonomous vehicles on the road. And here's how this is how the light would work. This is 4 steps for it, and then I'll read some potential benefits. 1 is AI network activation. When a sufficient number of autonomous vehicles gather at an intersection, the AVs, autonomous vehicles, would begin communicating with each other in a traffic signal wirelessly. The AI determines the most efficient traffic flow for the current conditions. 2, white phase begins. The traffic light for that lane turns white, signaling the start of the white phase. The existing red, yellow, and green lights would continue to function as normal for all other lanes. That's already too complex, but I'll go on to 3.
I have to tell you, after an entire day of using my mind to make money, I sort of zoned out as you were saying a good chunk of that. I mean, that there illustrates the complexity of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me read this
last
last
work.
one.
Keep going.
Yeah, so, there's 3, I guess 2 more. This is number 3 on the list of 4.
Wait a minute. There's more to this. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so there's 4
Just
steps.
That fact alone. Okay, yes,
yeah,
great.
4 steps how it would work. I've only done 2 of them so far, and it's already too much. But step 3 is human drivers in the white light lane would not need to make their own decisions. Let me reread that because that's messed up. Human drivers in the white light lane would not need to make their own decisions. Instead, they would simply follow the AV ahead of them through the intersection.
Okay,
Awesome.
so you mean to tell me you're going to allow human beings to be physically in control of a moving vehicle, and at the same time you're going to tell them not to make their own decisions? That is the stupidest. That is those are incongruent.
It's doubling down on how much they're trying to show us that AI is going to be our overlord.
Yeah, those 2 thoughts are just incongruent with one another. They don't. They follow the wrong syntax. It's you physically drive the vehicle, but don't make your own decisions. That's an absurdity.
That's even the other thing about
so
that.
Who holds the liability then if there's a problem? Since I was instructed not to make my own decisions.
Yeah. Well, it goes down to what smartphones have done to us, how they've dumbed us down. This is dumbing down driving. Here's number 4 though. Traditional signals resume. If the number of AVs drops below the required threshold, the intersection would revert to the standard red, yellow, green cycle. No, it's either got to be all. This is where I argue that
Google is going to tell us how to drive.
Yeah. Here's their potential benefits, and then I'll say my complaint. Reduce congestion. Simulations have shown that implementing the white phase could significantly reduce travel time and congestion at intersections. I would argue roundabouts are the worst thing ever, and they had the same kind of things, reduce travel time and congestion, but they are just dangers. The next one is improve safety. By coordinating vehicle movement and reducing the potential for human error, the system could lead to fewer accidents. And then last, and this one they're just throwing in for stupidity, increased fuel efficiency. Smoother traffic flow with less idling could significantly reduce fuel consumption and vehicle emissions. That one is just there because they needed to have 3 points.
Yeah, well, that's pretty stupid. I think, as I said, the only thing I want to hear, the only thing I want to hear being implemented is a system that facilitates the autonomous operation of vehicles. Otherwise, I don't want to hear anything from these people.
Yeah, it's
That's
all
all that needs. Like, there needs to be no further effort into anything else. All the effort needs to go into standardizing roads and standardizing the mechanisms by which autonomous vehicles operate. As you said, same sensors from, like, for instance, a selling point of an autonomous vehicle shouldn't be its autonomous nature, in other words. And someday it won't be. Someday, every vehicle that's sold will be assumed to be autonomous. And it won't be a selling point because that assumption exists.
Mhm.
But currently, if a vehicle is fully autonomous, that's a bullet point. That's the first bullet point in the sales pitch for that vehicle. It shouldn't be, because there should be nothing special about the autonomous systems that are installed in that vehicle. It should be identical to every other autonomous vehicle. The sensors, as you said, should be the same. The software should be the same. There should be nothing proprietary, and there should be nothing impressive about a vehicle being autonomous. Right now, the fact that it's not standardized makes a Tesla look, or any other self-driving vehicle, look significantly more impressive than it really is. It's really not that impressive. The technology is there. The only thing that makes one look impressive versus another is they're using such proprietary systems that don't touch one another or communicate with one another at all. And since they're built from the ground up in an entirely separate set of ecosystems, they're not going to work in the same way or as well. So it presents this false opportunity for one company to say theirs is better versus another company saying theirs is better, where really that shouldn't be even a pitch. If a vehicle is autonomous, it should be every bit as autonomous as any other autonomous vehicle being sold, whether it's a $500,000 vehicle or a budget vehicle for $20,000, $30,000, which I know nothing's ever going to ship at that price.
Oh, but
that's
a
autonomous.
BYT would, but they won't let those in the US.
I want some of those Chinese cars.
Yeah. Like, I want to drive a BYT car.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
A Chinese car?
BYT or BYD, one of the two. I could be getting it wrong.
The Chinese are going to dominate the automotive market in the future because they're doing so many things right. And I saw someone the other day was
BYD.
talking about, it's like the CEO of Ford, I think it was, went to a Chinese auto manufacturing facility, and he was taken aback by how poorly American automotive manufacturing is doing things, just how inefficient and uninnovative and by the numbers everything is being done over here versus the Chinese automotive industry. I really think that the only thing preventing China from dominating the American automotive market is an arbitrary, artificial series of regulations by government that prevent them from doing so. That is literally it. If they were able to sell their product here, it would absolutely dominate. You could buy a decent car, brand new, for $5,000.
Right. Oh, this is awesome. The BYD EN site just was totally broken for me. Here we go. Now it's... So can I see the price for a BYD? The cars look good too. I mean, like, they don't look bad.
BYD, founded in 2003. Wow.
Yeah, they're new.
Well, actually, they're older than I thought.
Yeah, but thinking like car company wise, the panoramic sunroof looks cool of the seal. Immersive driving theater.
Okay, let me ask Grok.
I love the
a
fact that
couple
you're
of
going to use
questions.
Elon's technology to ask what a competitor.
Yeah. I'm going to take it off of expert mode here. I don't want to wait 10 years for my answer. Do any BYD vehicles have... Why am I complicating the question here? Are any BYD cars self-driving? No, they don't currently offer any Apparently, there are levels to self-driving. Level 4 or level 5 autonomy are not offered in any BYD vehicles. So apparently, level 4 and level 5 are increments of autonomous capability.
Mm-hmm.
However, they've rolled out advanced driver assistance systems, or ADAS, across most of their lineup. Standard on 21 models, including affordable ones like the $9,555 Seagull. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
we could be buying a brand new car for $10,000.
Yeah, isn't that ridiculous?
And it's just artificial restrictions preventing that. It's protection of the American automotive industry. And I'm sorry, but people working in automotive manufacturing, when they go on strike, I really do not feel sorry for them. I'm sad to tell you, because when you factor in the benefits these people are paid in addition to their hourly pay, this was like 15 years ago. It came to like $75 an hour. When the UAW went on strike, it was revealed that you combine all their benefits together, it came to like $75 an hour. And this was 15 years ago. And now I could only imagine it's got to be over $100 an hour, or maybe it's not. I don't know, actually. I'm not an expert on the goings on within the automotive union circle. But nevertheless, there's no way it's gone down. That's a lot of, most Americans are making such a meager fraction of that. And additionally, they can't afford the cars that these $75 an hour people are producing.
Well, that's a whole big thing there too. Like when it comes to high ticket items, whether it's a house, a car, mechanicals to run either of those, like the cost to maintain them are so high, but salaries have not, or wages have not stayed up with it. So I understand the point, but I also want every worker to be able to use whatever tool they can to fight to get the wage they want. But it's a self-defeating thing, because at some point you're going to price America out of our own products, which has already happened. We're way past that. But
well, I'm all for people being in unions. Actually, I'm very pro-union. I've been a Teamster, and I've been in one other union. I'm not anti-union, but when you see people striking who were being paid $75 an hour in pay and benefits,
right,
it's a little hard to feel sorry for that. And I don't know what they're making now, but when you consider the fact that we can't have a $10,000 new car because those people are being protected, I'm all for them making as much money as they can, but I also don't want arbitrary restrictions on the living standards of others so that those people can be protected, which is what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, like the
problem is China's probably tariffing the shit out of cars manufactured here and using other mechanisms to keep them out of the Chinese market.
But they're also artificially dropping down the price of their cars too, probably by investment and devaluation to make their cars be so cheap everywhere that so they can flood the market. That's anti-competitive as well, because the answer there is no one perfect answer, but the closest.
I don't understand the economics of that. Like,
well, I mean, it's.
I hear people say that about so many Chinese products that they use devaluation. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Monetary devaluation in order to prop up various products, but What I don't understand about the economics of that is, like anything, if you do too much of it, eventually the floor falls out of something. I'm not sure what the floor would fall out of,
Well,
but I've heard that about so many Chinese products for such a long period of time that if it were entirely true, I would think the floor would have really
well,
fallen out of from underneath something
that's
in
the
China.
problem. So depending on the analyst you want to listen to, some would say that the floor fell out a long time ago. But the problem is, since they're a communist country that's adopting capitalist um, processes, but they don't abandon the communist base to it, the average Chinese citizen, when the floor falls out of their monetary value, they don't see any difference in the way their life is functioning because they're already in a communist society. Now, some people have capitalized because of their connections in China to elevate, themselves in a way that the average Chinese person couldn't, but they can play with it because they've kept the political control over their system of wealth distribution, I guess I'll call it. So they can continue to just mess with things all they want. So they can. You're going to make, as the Chinese employee, the same amount of money no matter what the product sells for. So they can price it way under the cost of your labor because it was a sunk cost for them anyway. They were still going to pay and feed you. And this is just for the average person. And I might be getting some of this wrong. I'd love anyone who's listening, let us know and correct anything I get wrong, or just give your opinion. But yeah, they have a floor they can work with that we don't even see. So some people claim that the bottom fell out a long time ago and is irrelevant to them because they're playing by a different set of rules. Not to say who's smarter and who's dumb, but it's that idea of one side's playing checkers, the other side's playing chess. But it's a fake chess where like they can move any direction they want to, but on surface level they look like they're steps ahead of you. And America does this too. I mean, agriculture, in our country is kind of dealt the same way. We can flood markets with cheaper goods in the agriculture world because it's prepaid by the US government to a certain extent.
I've come to the conclusion as I'm getting older that in economics, in economic discussions, in economic observations, economic predictions, no one really knows what's happening.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of hopeful things, and you can use the problem is there's all kinds of potential data to pull from to validate your point of view because so many experiences have already been held or been proven in the financial and economic world. But the truth is, it's a big river that's flowing constantly, and it's not really past actions don't always predict future outcomes. I would describe economics, and that's why I'm being careful here to say that like you have to pick who you're going to anchor yourself to, and I anchor myself to the people who described that what should have collapsed already, the floor should have already fallen out in China, and it hasn't because they don't care. But the other part of this is that, oh gosh, what was I going to say with that? I had a point. Oh yeah, sports. So before a season starts in sports, fans of any particular team that's made changes in the off season, say you've brought in, 40% new players, that's just like an economist trying to figure out what is going to happen for real and how they can predict and manipulate things. It's the same idea. You've never seen this team play together. You don't know if you're going to get the best version of some star player. Is that Twisted Metal? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to get the best version of that player or not. You don't know if your team's going to mesh well or not. You honestly have no real idea whether you're going to be a championship team or not win a single game all season. It's a lot of hope and a lot of guessing. That's the economy too. That's why like left and right arguing about, will tariffs work? Will tariffs not work? what's going to happen with XYZ problem that's being propped up as the world stands on it. A little bit of everything ends up happening, and everyone can pull out the parts they want to say that they were right. And also people are going to hurt, people are going to profit. That happens in everything because we're pretty resilient as a species, and that it's not really capitalist, but just like survival game that everyone does, that even in a bad plan, quote unquote bad, you can find a way to profit from it. A bad economy is an opportunity for people who have liquid cash. Like you can go buy stocks at a much cheaper price in a down market and profit. So one person's bad economy is another person's great economy or growth economy.
I think much like psychology, economics is a phony subject of study. I think the very notion of economics is predicated on kind of like a static set of rules and axioms that can't possibly apply because circumstances never are the same. History really doesn't repeat.
It rhymes though. That's what they can work with.
Great, but
yeah, but so I disagree that it's how did you describe it? Like a fake?
I think it's a phony.
Okay.
Course of study. It's because it's predicated on this idea that there are certain constants, and if you merely understand the field, if you merely study history, I'm sorry, my brain is distracted between what I'm saying and playing this. But if you study it and you look at the history of it and you understand the rules of it, you will be able to. That's effectively the promise that you will be able to predict. And I see no impressive predictive powers among people who call themselves economists.
Yeah, so I think that's
no
the
matter
problem.
what point of view it is that you take in terms of economics, you can find an economist that will counter your point of view. There's no subject on which anyone can say there is a consensus among economists. Doesn't exist.
Because you're talking about the intersection of political punditry and economics, which
was
isn't
it ever not like that?
What now?
Was that ever not the case?
Well, I think there's a separation. There's the practice of economics, which is learning from past experiences and understanding the triggers for someone to act a certain way. Very similar to political science. I majored in political science in school. And, there's hard numbers on the economic side. But there is a separation between what I think you're talking about, which is trying to push an agenda towards a policy that benefits you or benefits some ideal, even if it's just to be able to say, I told you so, which is different from trying to the actual practice of economics. I don't think we see in public the practice of economics the same way we see the punditry of economics. So you have an understandably jaded point of view of it because you're seeing the punditry side.
Well, I don't think you have to be jaded, though, to come to the conclusion that economic prediction doesn't really exist. I mean, people predict based on their understandings of economics, but they're so frequently wrong and they so frequently disagree with one another that it sort of, in my way of seeing things, renders the field a false subject of study.
Punditry economics, I agree with you. And when I say jaded, I mean just the fact you've seen enough people try to predict something to get and wrong that it's not, you're not getting anything out of it, most likely. But that's why I use that sports analogy, because someone who thinks their team, like I'm a Indianapolis Colts fan. I've watched the Colts in preseason look great, and they make moves, and you think they're going to be the team that's going to win their division at least, and then they fall flat constantly. Then this last off season, they bring in a guy who has failed in his past position as quarterback and everyone thinks might be washed up, and the guy has a complete resurgence. So like you can't predict that like accurately. It's all just gut and hope and really just, whatever you're going to put your belief into. That's what you're talking about is exactly the same idea, and I don't disagree. I just like the blanket statement of just economics in general being phony. I feel like it forces me into the thought of, well, there's the actual practice of economics that organizations are doing at large scale that are fairly accurate, but it's more like risk management, growth, and things like that are different than what policy of economics like the country is doing, which is mainly what we end up interacting with, which is different. And that is phony. Totally. I agree with you. There's something else with that too.
Now let's get into why psychology is phony. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I think that's so personal. It's probably, I could use the same measurement for it, but, that I would say that psychology on a mass scale doesn't work very well. Like personality things. Like, have you ever taken a personality test to see what you are? Like what personality things?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. Because I think about those, like there's some pieces of psychology built into that, but then there's a lot of just like the people you interacted with are going to, like your sample size so greatly skews the way you're going to assume things. Like if you go into psychology and most of the people in your family and the circle around your family are introverts, you're going to have a very specific, and you're an extrovert, you're going to have a very specific point of view about introverts because they probably annoyed you for a long time. And then vice versa. If you're an introvert in a family and circle of people that are all extroverts, you're going to be worn out by extroverts. And that's going to have some bias to the way you put your psychology lens on, I have to think, Same thing in politics. Like, I was in, studying political science during the late 1990s, and that was a time of like pretty heavy. I would describe it as the Europeanization of American politics. We were actually really getting super focused on the private lives and the moral character of our politicians in a way that we hadn't really done in the past. And that was, for me, super annoying because I was really interested I wanted to be, at that point, either a campaign manager or work for like a government agency at some point. But I was really interested in the science part of the political science and to see how you could use that to, not control, it's the wrong word, but to bring the politics towards a point of view that you think is more beneficial. And I'm heavily biased by Isaac Asimov and like the Foundation series and psychohistory, things like that in it. So like I acknowledge that, like the idea of being able to say that I take a sample size of people and figure out, their leanings, and I could work out a 6-month messaging campaign that would move them either to the center or to the left or right of any specific issue and actually be able to prove that with data. That's interesting to me, less than, who has the fully correct political point of view on something. Is a left or a right leaning better? And I'm a centrist anyway in my politics, so I would be biased towards the center in that anyway. I'm a fiscally.
Hey, don't write down my code there. Triangle,
late.
triangle, XXO. Don't write that
Got
down.
it.
If you're going to play this game and you want to start on this level, you do it on your own.
You get there on your own bootstraps.
I don't need you writing my coattails. No,
That's
sir.
right. Game that came out, 20 years ago? Because I feel like I played this while I was in
this
college.
is about 29 years old.
Oh, so it's not that long then.
This is probably 96, 97.
You were 29 years old then? Or
No,
would you
this
say
game
19?
came out in. No, I was about 16 or 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say this game's about 96 or 97.
Yeah, I remember being in
Twisted Metal
college
2.
playing this on
Really?
PlayStation. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 47.
Are you really? I didn't realize you were that much older than me.
I'm an old man, man.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is not as hip as I thought it was.
Let's go ahead and end that stream right there. You just realized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't need to be hanging out with this fogey.
Fuddy-duddy.
Yeah, what's the most 90s word for a person who's just a couple years older than you that you could come up with that would offend the older person?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
A dumb story thinking about like age. When I was in college, I worked for somebody who was probably, I'm going to guess, she was probably close to my age now. I'm going to just ballpark. And with my job, I interacted with the public a lot and in a way that was usually contentious. And I had somebody who got really upset with me on something because they messed up and I had to call them out for it. And in the process of that, they filed a complaint. And so I had to explain to my boss about it. And they were like, so tell me, give me the description of this person. And I give them the description and I said they were old. And that so she made an assumption from that. And then the person came in to meet with her and they were like, so like I would have been 19, 20, maybe 21 at that point. And this person was like 27, 28. And then my boss calls me in afterwards and like, you told me they were old. And I'm like, yeah, they're older than me. Like you're either young like me or you're old. There's like, when you're,
Listen, I am the standard.
yeah, like when you're in your like early 20s and you haven't had like a real job outside of like the college world yet. Yeah, it's only, you're either old or you're young. And it's all dependent on what your age is. And she got really upset about it.
Well, speaking of which, we're not getting any younger, so I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for listening. I would give you our website to take a look at, but it no longer exists.
Right.
So, wherever you're listening to this, if you are, thank you. And when we do this next time, you'll be able to hear this in that same location. I do think we need to consider on the next go around maybe trying this on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm for that.
And we need to format the video in such a way that because I think that's the platform to stream on. I really do.
Yeah, we'll do vertical.
Yeah. And
deal with it, chat.
Yeah, I'm sorry, YouTube just is no longer. YouTube has there's just no real way, I don't think, for you to randomly get noticed on YouTube. You either have to be remarkably good looking or you can't just be doing solid repeated work. There has to be something extraordinary that happens. There has to be some event or something that gets you a little bit of algorithmic juice. But you can't just go on there and do like repeat regular work and get any exposure that matters at all. And I think you can get that on TikTok.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just more people. Because like I follow a lot of people on.
You think
on
that's
YouTube.
all it is more people? Because I feel like YouTube doesn't want the hassle of promoting unknown quantities. They would rather just burn the algorithm on known quantities and not take a chance.
Yeah, I think you're right. What the thing I'm saying is more people are willing to explore, where on YouTube you are locked into your algorithm now. Like that's a lot of people I watch who live stream. You can see the energy is different now than it used to be, and this focus on memberships I think hurts them too, because you're trying to maintain something that proves your engagement level, so you're biased stress wise towards growing that. Like, and that's really the thing too, is growth. Like, growth for the sake of growth is toxic always, probably. Where TikTok, it's just like, yeah, their algorithm tries to expose you to new things for growth from their point of view too. But that they'll change too at some point. Once they get steady income over a certain threshold, and I have no idea what it would be. Maybe when it becomes like split into a U.S. company, they'll start following more of the U.S. acquisition
It's going to be
pattern.
terrible.
Yeah,
I'm so annoyed that that's happening. It's going to ruin it.
Well,
Something else will come along, though.
Yeah,
Something
they'll
else,
switch too.
like this idea that people need to lament the imminent demise of TikTok. Why? Who cares? Was your life empty before TikTok existed? No, TikTok was the next thing to come along that filled a gap or that responded to something that wasn't filling a gap or needed responding to. And when TikTok implodes because it gets taken over by America, we are the country that put your entire we are the country that decided it would make sense to allow one company to own thousands of radio stations.
Right. And
TV
stations
we're the
too.
nation that decided that was good policy. So let's put us in charge of TikTok. You fast forward 6 months after that occurs, the only thing you're going to see on TikTok are mainstream points of view designed to... you were worried, if anyone was worried about TikTok existing for the purpose of shaping how people think, it's actually going to be you won't be able to argue otherwise once it gets taken over by Americans.
It'll be self-evident.
That will be its explicit reason for existing. It will be a political tool that is there for the purpose explicitly of shaping how you think, just as are all of the mainstream media news outlets that people watch today. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, all of them exist for the purpose of shaping what you think and how you think it. And I feel like at least TikTok, you can get outside of what normally you'd be exposing yourself to. A few years ago, YouTube made a concerted effort to they were afraid that people were becoming radicalized in their points of view, which really what they were worried about was that Republicans were seeing content that reinforced their thinking. They didn't like that. So they went and they changed the algorithm in such a way that the videos you recommended are in no way connected to what you're currently watching. Well, I liked it the way it was, because if I were watching a video on a dung beetle shedding its exoskeleton, the column of recommended videos on the right-hand side would entirely be videos that are very closely related to what it is I'm currently looking at. Now, go on YouTube and watch a dung beetle shedding its exoskeleton, and the recommendations are going to be Nile Red making grape Kool-Aid out of baby diapers. He's a chemist. I mean, it's like going to have nothing to do with what it is you're currently watching. And I think by doing that, YouTube gave up one of its greatest assets. The recommendation system is what kept people there and engaged.
Organically there, not
yes. It wasn't like an artificial algorithmic manipulation of what you want them to see. And now it is.
Yeah, it's a dopamine hit of next big person you're going to see. The one thing I want to say before we end that really is weird to me about X, YouTube, and I don't know about other platforms, those two I know for sure. It is weird to me how they house both, and I think TikTok will become this way if it, when it gets to be a US based company, is how they house the mainstream point of view is the center point of revenue for them, but then they actively are proud to be the counterpoint too, and the so-called new media is right there in the same stream, in the same network. So like YouTube has all these new media on all sides of the political and social spectrum that are right there beside the mainstream, but they will silo you in to you're either in the new media version, which would be all the people that aren't connected to mainstream media, and then the mainstream media. And why don't they, like with your comment there about the recommendation engine being the power they had before, like I want to be able to watch a mainstream video maybe and have a person talk, and then over on the recommended videos there's a new media person who's not backed by a bunch of stuff that I can see because their topic is the same, or the keywords that they use to target match. And I see the same thing on X, where you get like a person who's on an extreme point of view of any kind of issue. There'll be a whole ecosystem around them. And I go to another account of mine that doesn't have the same cookie history to it, and there's a completely different mainstream narrative that I can see. And they're all right there in the, like, if you think about the stream, I'm going to use the river example again, it's all the videos that exist right now, or all the tweets that exist right now. They're all right there in the same stream, but they're able to silo you in to the world and the echo chamber that they think is going to engage you the most, instead of forcing your exposure into, multivariant versions of those, which is what I think ultimately is why TikTok is good for us. While it's still in the Goldilocks zone, we should take advantage of the fact that somebody could be watching a video about doing their nails and then watch a dance about K-pop demon hunters and then watch us play Fortnite and talk about whatever we're talking about. Lot lizards.
Do you know anything about the financial mechanisms on TikTok? Do you know how to make money on TikTok?
You probably not any more than you do. I know that the whole TikTok store is like a really lucrative way to sell things.
Do we need to
there.
start selling things in the TikTok store, Curtis?
Yeah, can you imagine us doing that?
I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah.
I'm not above that.
I mean, I don't care either. As long as we can talk about what we want to talk about in between it, I'll sell Q-tips. I don't care.
I don't think we are going to have. I don't think TikTok is going to offer more freedom of speech as a result of being owned by Americans.
No,
I don't think that's going to happen at all. And I don't think
free speech is in decline, but I cannot stand when someone says that right now is the moment that it started its decline. I think we all know the decline started a while back. It's just this is a reactionary version or response to what's already out there. So I mean, this is the long tail of what starts when you start saying certain words can't be spoken anymore because of societal reasons, or people are being canceled for the things they say, which are dumb, probably were dumb, and they probably shouldn't have said, but they have the right to say it. They have a right to prove that they're dumb. But I do think that, that decline that's been going on for a while, I think you and I've talked about before that whatever it is that's not going well for, American society, it's not like a recent problem. It probably has been like the decline and not knowing how to pull away from the backslide happened well before our births. That's a whole nother topic. So if you want to skip that, you can.
Well, I think what I want to do is go ride some bikes.
Yeah, well, go do that, but don't fall asleep doing it.
Well, I'll do my best.
Yeah, but I guess the bike would keep going, right? As long as you have your hand
maybe
on
this will be the time I actually Wish I'd had that helmet. I don't know.
Oh gosh, man, I don't need to be setting that up.
Well, now you've got me thinking about it. Like, did Curtis ask me that because he's subtly trying to tell me something? Should I be further protecting myself than I am?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely take it like that, because I want to be like the dad here again, since I'm the elder in this call and stream. That you should wear a helmet, and your children should wear helmets when they're riding it too.
Oh, I absolutely forbid my children to wear helmets. I put my finger right in their face and I say, "You will not wear one." And they shudder in fear. They say, "Yes, Daddy." Don't you ever let me see you wearing a helmet. I will not have your brain protected.
When their mom like hands them a helmet and they start to shake, and like they show all those signs of what happens.
I can't let Daddy see me wearing this.
Their conditioning starts to. It's like, Daddy made me do it this way. Well, go have fun.
Yeah, you have a good night. Anyone who was listening, thank you for listening. We had one chat room participant.
I know,
Mike
it's big.
TV Greek 01. Thank you, Mike. And everybody else have a great night.